am just going to talk out my feelings, really, because I've just been thinking about this for a while, and it is like, all right, when is the best time to get anything done? There isn't one, so I'm just going to do it now, which is why I'm not going to be looking at you unless I'm at a stoplight. So I actually have the shirt on right now. So I used to be a coach or partner with a company called Beachbody, now known as BODI. And I still believe in their products. If you've been around for any point in time, you know that after cancer, I needed to relearn to walk, and that's a really long story. But Beachbody came into my sphere at a really good time because I had just quit my job on a whim, and which was 100% necessary, and it was a way to make money, but it was also something for me to be able to get my body moving. And I could do it at home. I didn't have to do it at the gym where I had previously fallen and somebody laughed at me. Ugh, okay. So fast forwarding through all of that, now Beachbody has decided that they just want to be like an influencer style, or that's how they want to have people market for them. It's like influencers. You can just share this link. There's no need to say that you're going to coach them or bring them into a community or anything like that anymore. You just are sharing their products. And to be quite honest, that is what I did before. I wasn't out here always selling and promoting the newest workout plan because that's expensive, and I didn't like them all, to be quite honest. I didn't want to deal with them all. So I never fit into the bubble or the mold, and that leads into its own separate thing of the upline group that you join in. Not really, rooting for you because you're not doing what they're telling you to do. Just DM a trillion people and post every day on social media. So, and that just doesn't bother me. If what somebody's asking me to do bothers me because it feels misaligned, especially because of my history, I'm just not going to do it. It's that point blank period, the end, and we're moving on. So I never sold like everybody else. I never had the intentions of building a team. That's just not something that appealed to me. I just wanted the ability to share this thing that I was able to do from home that was helping me feel like I was back inside of my body, like I was back connected with myself, essentially, because I had felt so disconnected from myself for such a long time. And so with all of that, there has been this shift in a few people that I know, and they decided to buy a business in a box, essentially. And there's this woman named Elisa, and she made this comment about just throwing Jesus as a bumper sticker on a product, as opposed to it really being based truly in Christ-like living. And that is kind of what this feels like. That's probably not something that I need to say, but that's really how I feel. But with that, there's this constant drumbeat from a particular person saying how much weight they lost, and we have lost the same amount of weight. And I would say that I just didn't have the same struggle or thoughts of oh my gosh, I just want to get this baby weight off, and feeling disgusted by myself, or I had to get this weight off. And while yes, did I want it off? Yes, 100%. But I just it did not bother me to the extent that it seems to have bothered this other person. And because I have a background in nutrition, I understood what I needed to do. I just was right now, there's so many other things that I need to be doing, which does not have anything to do with losing weight. So I just didn't worry about it. I just didn't worry about it. But her messaging is very much the same as me, or the progress, not the messaging, but the progress is the same. We're down the same amount of weight. The tactics that she's using to get there are very different from me. I'm just using a balanced approach. I'm not constantly in a dieting or weight loss phase. I go back and forth between losing the baby weight and then maintaining that weight loss, and then going back into a dieting phase, weight loss phase, and then coming back up into just maintaining that weight. And I struggle with leading with that because I just don't want to advertise weight loss. I know that sounds terrible because people say, oh, you have to talk about the pain points, you have to do all these things. But what I realize is that so many people, in my opinion, are going to be doing this program that is like the 6-week thing. And then you can decide if you want to continue on after that. And it's like, for so many reasons, 6 weeks is just not enough time, especially when you don't have a background. For somebody who doesn't have a background in any of this weight loss stuff, from just experience, having so many women specifically come to me who chronically undereat during the week because they think that's what they need to do. Sometimes it's, I'm just so busy I forget to eat, but mostly it's, this is what they feel like they need to do. And then their body is like, what is wrong with you? You're running around all day, not eating all week. And then by the weekend, they just consume whatever's in front of them and then end up either maintaining their weight because of energy balance, or they end up gaining weight because they overconsumed the amount of calories that their body actually needs. Okay. And I'm like, this just feels like a really big disservice because if you haven't been doing this a really long time and you're just following this recipe that was given to tell people to do this for 6 weeks, and then you can continue on, and it just feels like, goodness, this is not maybe the best for most people, most women. And this is why I don't lead with weight loss. Although I know it would be lucrative, I don't lead with that because there are so many other things to you than the number on the scale. And there's so many more things that go into that number on the scale than what you might even understand. And if just getting that number down is that important to you and ignoring all of the other things like that, oh goodness, I just can't do that. So I'd rather coach the whole person, help them feel like their body is them. And like, we're gonna tackle things from a very wholly integrated process, not just this thing. And I will say, while I'm saying this out loud, there is this hint of judgment because I don't really know to the depth and the extent that there is real coaching on the backside past the nutrition part. I really don't know, but just based on a little bit of research, it doesn't seem like it's there. So it just is a little scary because saying 6 weeks, this, that, and the other, and just feels like a setup for the breakdown on the backside. Because are we teaching them that you cannot be in a dieting phase forever? Are we showing them how to be in a dieting phase, come out and maintain that weight? Because I say this to my clients all the time. People lose weight all the time. I know that if you're watching this, you probably also are like, yeah, I've lost weight so many times, but you can't keep it off. You cannot maintain the weight loss. And that, I think, is the missing piece. But then there's also all these other missing pieces of why can't you maintain this? Because there are so many, let me back up. nutrition in my coaching practice, I call this like, these are hard skills. Hard skills as in like, these are concrete things that you need to know and learn about nutrition. But then there are all these soft skills like time management, personal accountability, prioritization, coping mechanisms, or moving around and shifting how you cope with sadness and anger, all of your emotions. Are you reading your Bible regularly? Is that a part of your practice? Is prayer a part of your practice? And this idea that fasting is the way to weight loss is like, yes, but I also have this personal thing of like, you've hijacked a spiritual practice because you want to lose weight. No. No, I don't know how many times I've run into that with women that like, guys, fasting is not for weight loss. Fasting is a spiritual practice that culture and religion sometimes has pulled to make it into this other thing that it just was not designed to do or was not purposed to do. And goodness, I was about to go down a rabbit hole, but I've got to go inside because that's the gym right there. But this might be how this channel gets started and keeps going, because I want people to live a wholly integrated life where the number on this scale is not the end all be all. They're not controlled by this little device, this little thing. My goodness, they're not controlled by this little device telling them how many calories they burned. My gosh, like we can live fully and not focus on our weight. And so if you've ever wondered why I don't talk about that, that is why. So have a wonderful day. This might be posted as my first YouTube video. We don't know. So if this is my first YouTube video that I actually just throw up there and post, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the many thoughts that I have and the ramblings of my thoughts. So have a great day.